uh, Xbox presentation. There was a few things that came out of it. We wanted to touch on it. I watched it and did like a live reaction. I was talking about my thoughts on it briefly. I made a video. If you haven't seen it yet, it's on this channel. If you go to my my Rumble channel, I did make a video giving my reaction and my thoughts to it. Leading up to that event, it was super unclear. And a lot of it has to be attributed to gaming journalists. You know, you have all these journalists that claim to be insiders that get this inside information. They get these leaks. They get close access to video game developers and executives and things like that. And even though it's clearly rumors and speculation, and I always, do that disclaimer, take things with a grain of salt. Take everything that is a rumor or a 4chan / Reddit / Twitter post with a grain of salt. Don't always take it like as if it's real confirmation of anything, because things change with the wind and stuff. And now that this Xbox event happened and it ended up being quote unquote a nothing burger, where Xbox is basically just doing things as normal, except they're putting certain games multi-platform, which we're going to talk a little bit more about that. The main thing to take note here is that anytime something happens where a certain prediction doesn't happen or a Nintendo Direct doesn't happen, the goalpost moves always. And it's getting to a point where it's a little bit ridiculous with these gaming insiders and their sources and stuff like that. I mean, if you really think about it, it's a 50-50 chance whether somebody's wrong or right on a prediction. Yeah, I'm guilty of making videos about it. I make videos talking about Nintendo Direct predictions or, E3 predictions or theories or speculations and rumors and stuff. But that's because that type of stuff is fun. I don't know if you guys remember back like in the Attitude Era with WWF and WCW, the wrestling magazines back in the day used to be full of like kayfabe stories and articles and rumors and things like that. It's fun to read that stuff. It's like a nice way of having like a cross between like fiction and nonfiction, right? When you read like the dirt sheets with wrestling and you read all these rumors and stuff. And then when it carries on into like the gaming industry, I mean, to this day, the wrestling industry still has like e-wrestling news and different types of websites and wrestling email lists that you could still subscribe to and get your wrestling rumors and stuff. And it's always fun to read that insider knowledge, even if it's a complete crock or half of it doesn't happen. But same thing's been happening with gaming for quite some time. You'll read rumors of what's coming out for the next Nintendo Switch console and stuff like that. And honestly, yeah, it's 50-50, especially in this digital age, because anybody could just claim to be an insider on the internet and have like a 4chan account or a Reddit account or a Twitter account and make videos talking about this. But we've seen a few people become prominent as of late, like Jeff Grubb, Nate the Hate. There's a few of them out there. I can't think of all of them off the top of my head, but the main one that I always hear and read about is Jeff Grubb. Now, I'm not necessarily calling him out per se when I'm going on this tangent about gaming journalists, but clearly one of the big rumors yesterday before the Xbox business update came out was the whole rumor of a Nintendo Direct that was supposed to happen, right? Originally, people were saying, hey, there's going to be a February Direct. That's a very, I guess, vague, easy prediction that, if you're 50-50 on it, you're either right or you're wrong. You could generally move the goalposts, and that's what it seems like happens quite a bit when it comes to gaming journalists, is that first they'll say something like, oh, there's going to be a Direct in February. So that gives you the whole month of February to be right or wrong, right? But it's when they start pinpointing certain dates, giving leaks of video games. Like there was one leak that I read earlier in the month, I think it was either in January or February, where the Nintendo Direct was supposed to happen around the 7th. That it was going to be happening about the 7th. And then there were rumors of like a Star Fox game being ported possibly, a Mario announcement for like a 3D game, a new Donkey Kong Country game because it's the 30th anniversary. There was a few other things on that. I think at one point there was like an Ocarina of Time remake or a Metroid Prime 4 update. And I was like, honestly, what a Nintendo Direct would entail. What a Nintendo Direct would have is probably like an update with Princess Peach, because that's the next big game. Mario versus Donkey Kong, which that came out today. And then like Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, stuff that we already know about, especially because it's a February Direct. I think the fiscal year starts like in March. I wasn't a business major, but I think that's it. Then there was another rumor that it was going to be moved. So originally it was February 7th, and everybody was like, okay, 7th comes, and then all of a sudden it becomes, hey guys, it's going to be on the 10th. The 10th comes, and then the goalpost moves again. So then the next insider says, oh guys, it's going to be on the 15th. So we're over here expecting the 15th, right? Comes and goes, and then the rumor was, hey guys, Nintendo did have a Direct, but they canceled it because of the Xbox business update. All right, so they basically supposedly got scared to put their Direct out because they didn't want to have Xbox overshadow them with their announcement. That didn't sound right, because in the past there's been Nintendo Directs on the same days of State of Plays and other presentations. So it's getting to the point where it seems like nowadays, if a gaming journalist wants to get like trending on Twitter, all you have to do is just make a Nintendo Direct rumor, and Twitter will retweet it and repost it, and then when the articles come up in the feed, they'll see Nintendo Insider, blah, 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 blah. And I'm saying Jeff Grubb because a lot of times you see him. I'm not necessarily calling him out, so don't twist it if you're friends with Jeff Grubb and you're watching this. But a lot of times it'll be like, a new leak by Nintendo Industry Insider Jeff Grubb has said that Nintendo Direct would be happening, blah, 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 blah. It comes and it goes. And lots of times, these insiders aren't right. Yeah, back in the day, they might have gotten like some kind of credible source. A lot of times, the ones that are the worst are the Reddit users. When you see like Reddit user Pink Bowser 95 has been credible and has predicted this, and a Princess Peach. Like there was one that was given a insider credibility because he correctly predicted something that was in the Princess Peach trailer, which, you know, okay, maybe you hit the nail on the head sometimes. But honestly, and I've heard people say this, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because today, RGT85 had a video where it was titled, "They Lied to You About Xbox." And I was like, okay, I'm interested. Let me click this video. Let me check this video out. So They Lied to You About Xbox. So I clicked it, and he was going off on gaming journalists saying, you know, gaming journalists constantly move the goalposts. They come on and they claim, hey, I got this inside stuff and this and that, when in reality, they really don't. They're about as clued in as you and me. And it's a weird situation, right? It's a weird situation because when you make content as a content creator like myself or like RGT or Spawnwave or, you know, who else makes all these videos that talk about Nintendo Directs and they report on rumors and speculation. When I make videos like that, when I'm saying, hey guys, there's a leak, I make it known that it's a rumor. I make it known that it's something that is not confirmed. I clearly say several times, guys, take it with a grain of salt. This is just a rumor at this point. Nothing has been confirmed. I say all the cliches just to let it know that I personally do not claim to be an insider, but we're all guilty if you're a content creator of at least pushing these rumors and this stuff. But to me, it's because it's fun. It's exciting to sit and think about what might be something that's correct, right? I can't exactly go and vet who's predicting sources and stuff. I could look at their track record if they're a well-known person like a Jeff Grubb or something like that. But at the end, in the long run, this digital age, a lot of people are completely full of crap when they make these predictions and stuff. And, you know, but there's no reason to be ugly about it. I've seen recently there was this one guy going off, oh, these guys are pieces of shit and blah, blah, blah. No, there's nothing wrong with using your freedom of speech to have a discussion or a discord about possibilities. As a matter of fact, a couple months ago or a few weeks back, I made a video talking about GTA 6 after the reveal trailer was made, and it was talking about how the Nintendo Switch 2 won't possibly be able to run GTA 6 because certain leaked tech specs for the Nintendo Switch 2, which is Nintendo's next console release, And somebody commented, Eric, you must think you always make all these stupid fucking videos. Your audience isn't dumb. Nobody here thinks that GTA was going to be coming onto the Nintendo Switch. And just real vile, real, full of vitriol, like a fucking real prick. And I was like, first of all, cocksucker, I didn't say Nintendo Switch. Obviously, GTA 6, which is going to be a next-gen game, can't be put onto a 7-year-old Nintendo Switch, right? I said Switch 2. not Switch. Switch 2. And he goes, oh, well, even then, you really think a GTA game is going to be on a Nintendo console? I was like, well, GTA Definitive Edition, the trilogy, is on Nintendo Switch. It's not out of the possibility. And then I said, even at the end of the day, it's a discussion piece. Well, this is a stupid discussion. It's like, damn. No wonder why you're still stuck being a small YouTuber making fucking videos that don't get any fucking views. I'm not trying to view shame, but some people just take life way too fucking seriously on the internet when it should be full of conversations, even if it is about rumors and speculation and stuff. That's not stating something as fact. Like, I'm not coming on here saying GTA 6 will be on the Nintendo Switch 2. The article that I was reading and sourcing was actually off of real websites, real reputable gaming news websites like The Verge and Video Games Chronicle and Comic Book Gaming and stuff like that. The discussion was the Nintendo Switch 2's tech specs are going to be underpowered compared to what the PlayStation 5 is, to where the PlayStation 5 could run GTA 6, but the Switch 2, when it comes out, according to these leaks, which we should take with a grain of salt, are going to be underpowered and can't even run GTA 6. That's a perfectly fine discussion. Nobody's claiming that GTA 6 was coming at all. It was a discussion piece. But you know how the internet is. It's 50-50 on whether somebody's going to be a cocksucker or not. So then that guy ended up being such a douchebag that I blocked him. And then he ended up like coming underneath like an alt account like on my YouTube. Oh, well, since you can't take criticism and you can't, do this. And I was like, okay, I could take criticism all day. I could take it with the best of them if you're having constructive criticism, if you're not acting like a cocksucker. But this guy was fucking unhinged. Unfucking hinged. And they wonder why they're stuck where they're at. So yeah, gaming journalist, nobody's saying that they got all of it right, at least from my camp. I never claim that, oh, this guy's right, this guy's that. I say, okay, well, this guy might have correctly did this, or he's not very credible, but, let's see what happened. The Nintendo Direct didn't happen, so what's the deal? And yeah, maybe I could cool it on addressing these rumors and talking about the speculation videos and stuff, but why? That's part of the fun, in my opinion. That's part of the gaming discussion. But I gotta say, when they just throw shit out of their ass, it does get a little fucked up, a little annoying when it's like, okay, you know what, dude? You said the Direct was this date, then you're moving it to this date. All of a sudden, you're saying Nintendo did have one. It reminds me of that line in the Goonies, guys. If y'all have seen the Goonies, you guys know the Goonies, when they're like calling Chunk out, and they're like, hey, like that time you said Michael Jackson came over to your house to use the bathroom, and then Chunk goes, Michael Jackson didn't come to my house, but his sister did. It's like there's always like a but added on to it. So am I guilty of it by making videos and talking about the gaming insiders and their predictions and stuff? Sure. We add fuel to the fire, but you got to think of like all the websites like Bloomberg that's reporting on the Switch, the Super Nintendo Switch, which I like to coin it. The Switch 2, Bloomberg is writing reports. Real websites, real business journal websites, they're writing on this. So it's perfectly fine to have a discourse about it. But yeah, obviously people claim to be insiders when they're not. So that's why you have to take it with a grain of salt.